So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment.
Alright, hi everyone, Martha here. So today, we I finished reading or listening to Nexie. I had to go buy the audiobook this time because the person I used to listen to stopped doing audiobooks. And then I tried another person, and that person was talking too quiet, so I'm just gonna tell to hell with it. Go and buy the audiobook myself off of audio and listen to it. I do need to get done. So this book, it's about two different people narrating it. We have one named Next Astrid and Reed, and they're like in fourth or fifth, regular fourth or fifth this grade, and it's Nexus is Nestress's birthday, and she is wanting a doll that is basically a lot like Megan, but they make it in like a Build-A-Bear kind of thing at at the Five Nights at Freddy's restaurant, and you make your own doll. So yeah, and she wants one. Every at school has one. So, but when it comes around, grandpa, because they say the name differently, because she's Swedish, and her grandpa likes her to say the grandpa's name in Sweden. So yeah, um, and she ends up trying to ask her relatives to save up for the money, save up the robot, because it costs a lot of money. It costs like $1,000 ish to buy this thing, and so her family leaves building stuff for her. So when it comes around to her birthday, she starts crying because she is sad that she didn't get one, and so not knowing that probably her relatives probably told her, or she knows that she's wanted one, and she's asking like how much money you want to go to make her stop crying, and she didn't mean to cry. It just happened. So yeah, and he like kept on asking her, "Is it the cake? Is it the gifts I gave you?" So he figured it out on his own. He's not. So yeah, so they both go to like back to the Pizzaplex. For some reason, there is electrical problems, and they want to close up so they can get it fixed. And so eventually, the grandpa convinces them to let them do it, even though it's not a good idea. And so when she tries to make her one, it comes out terrible. She wanted to make it look like her mom, because her mom's a model who picked modeling career over her daughter, basically. And but she messed up because of the electrical problem, and so we have that happen. And so Nexie, that's why on the cover of this book, Nexie looks the way she is, because electrical problem and stuff like that. And it's not just the whole entire thing with the eye melted. Like, her endoskeleton's bad, her arms are twisted and stuff like that, and her entire body's twisted. And, so when she goes back to school for a couple days, and we also have Reed, who has a crush on her, but just like a lot of kids his age, he does not know how to say it, and he sees a lot of kids bullying her, and he doesn't know how to stand up for her because he is scared of what they'll do to him. And like, so he's doesn't like how the doll looks either. Every time he sees it, he gets a bad thought of it. And so we have like a girl who trips that Astrid, and a boy who like throws those spitballs at them, throws dirt at them or something like that, and eventually and Astrid's Nexie tells her to go like add parts to make her look better, to make Nessie look better. The grandpa buys her another one out of the blue, but Nessie tears it up, and so she calls the hotline. After we have a whole entire Megan incident, this book, I know Blumhouse Studios has to know about this, but I bet they didn't care because they're the ones who made the movie. And there's also pictures of, I want to show you guys at the end of this, after I'm done talking about the book, I'll show you pictures of Freddy, of the guy who's going to be inside the Freddy soup, basically putting it on. So I'll show you the pictures of that while this is going on. But I think she like calls the employee that how to fix it, and apparently she can't do it because that's against policy territory what they're asking to do, because she was asking for a new endoskeleton. She was able to help them like twist back, fix her arms and legs, but fix Nexie's robot arms and legs, but not the whole entire endoskeleton, because that's against policy of the company. Basically, is for them they don't give out endoskeletons. So after that, for some reason, after it's the same as that girl, she calls them, and I'm not gonna just gonna tell this order, but it's gonna tell them what comes to mind. Basically, she sneaks in there after the boy who like spitballs at her and throw dirt at her, and gets hit by Reed's mom, and he breaks both his legs and ends up dying. So that's why I'm saying this is basically Megan's incident, because Nessie tries to kill the girl who teases them. She almost like falls over the balcony, and Reed ends up saving her, and but they couldn't save the boy. The boy ends up dying, and stuff like that. And both Reed and Astrid see it, and both of them get sent home for like seeing a very bad thing happen to them during this. So yeah, and so that's basically what happens there, and yeah, it's sad. So she takes her to. The grandpa wanted to take her home so she can rest, but instead she wanted to go to the pizza place so they can steal the key card, so they can get in the back there and fix and get like a new endoskeleton for her and stuff like that. And but we don't get to see the effects. We like see her like go back there, and after the employee person who probably should be fired because she tells her how to get past them. How to get past the other employees, and so that's what happens there, and so that's what happens with that one. After that, we have we don't see how she fix Nexie. It just goes back to back to Reed's part of the story, and he sees the after effects. He doesn't notice her until some notice that actually that Astrid put part of her skin on top of Nessie to make her look better and stuff like that. So it's kind of, they kind of like match. Like if you see dogs who like look like their owners, but this is more literal than that. They literally look like each other now because she put part of her skin on top of the robot, on top of Nessie to make Nessie look better, but in the process she looks terrible. So I can see like a lot of effects from the other books are here. Like I think that one where the guy cut off his body, that part was, at least we didn't see the whole entire thing this time around, because this is a little kid here doing this to herself, and we just see the after effect of Reed looking at it and finding out after somebody pointed out and screamed, one of the other kids. And let me read that to you right now, then we'll talk about the pictures. So Astrid's face seemed all in one piece, had cut up away from her neck, and now was examined to cover a large skull and blood of any way of the charm into been floated around over and plastered into held it in. Placed some kind of gills into the face and resisted of further of the chest onto the blood, onto the drawn of the mouth, and the face pushed away and livid. Old Astrid's skin was pale white, and dry blood of seam connection of peace, connecting to the simple around him. Remy couldn't push away his glance from the creature who used to be the girl that he secretly liked, and blinked, half hoping that he was hallucinating, but he wasn't. He was seen, although it was important to take it was real, and the vision of seeing the deepened the glance, the next turned into once at Remy. Okay, I said read Remy, so this is me correcting myself. And he had a dull glance and from forward, not to cry out, but because Remy was only one in the cast that wasn't sink into the floor, and he was the only one Astrid stretched out mouth, and he only one to heard muttering words. Astrid hugged her doll and said, "Perfect now." And that's how it ends. So, yeah. Yeah, the fact that they do this one is really horrifying now, because this is a little kid doing this to herself, and yeah, I mean, it's bad when an adult does it, but a kid? Nah. So yeah, that one had a scary ending. So let's look at the pictures of the guy who's going to be inside of the Freddy suit, and let's look at them. So this is the guy who's going to be inside the suit. Here's him sitting down where the suit is, right before he puts it on. Then him inside of the head, and then we see him right by him, and then we see him inside the legs. So that's how that's going to work. So I'm probably gonna give this one like a scary a 7 out of 10. It was a really good story, but man, did it get horrifying. Alright, I forgot to tell you the books I'm reading now. I have chosen. I'm already reading Kiki's Delivery Service, because I'm reading that somewhat the same exact time I was listening to this. Was when I finished first. And I finished this one first. So probably gonna finish Kiki before I listen to Drowning, I think it's called, the next one. Once I got Mark Athena, Castle in the Air, the Kingdom Hearts book that Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories novel. So that's basically it. So back to past Martha, present Martha, bye. Yeah. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, subscribe, and bye bye.